We also have the Maryland Bread Hall of Fame, and the connections of Mountain Dew are here to join us to get us started with that. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, Mountain Dew made a name for himself over fences, just a few miles away, actually. He was pretty well known for the Grand National, but also his three very illustrious Hunt Cup wins and this rivalry with Jay Trump. So to start us off, he did make one start on the flat, but he then went on to be a hunter for Miss Julie Calhoun. Now, what was it exactly that made you think he was going to be a Hunt Cup horse?
Because everything that we raised on the farm, by the way, I'm Julie Calhoun, and I want to start first, Mackenzie, by thanking everybody on the committee for giving him this honor and continuing the tradition of the Hall of Fame. And yes, I will tell you that Mountain Dew, not to be too sentimental, but I can feel he's walk, he's trot, he's canter, going into a fence, and there's only one person that I would like to hand the microphone over to, and that's the person that created such magic with this horse, and that's my brother. If you want to talk more, Mackenzie, let him talk, and then I'll come back. But it's his magic that created this.
Magic it is indeed, and Jane and Fisher was able to find that for several years over a very lengthy career. Now, I think it would be really interesting to hear, what is it about the Grand National course that makes it so hard for any horse to catch? You had so many wins and incredible trips.
I don't understand.
What was your favorite part about riding Mountain Dew around the Grand National?
He carried me around pretty well, so that was the main thing. I was a passenger.
And after being a passenger, I actually understand you went on to have a little bit of a daily double here playing with JB Corp, but you also were quite a mentor to him, if I understand correctly. JB, how has this actually influenced your career in riding?
Well, I came along a few years later than Jane, but there were a couple people that were my mentors that I always idolized. A.P. Smithwick, Jackie Bosley, and Jane and Fisher. They all had traveled a lot of territory that I hadn't traveled, and yet I wanted to travel. Janen was quiet and humble, and I'm still trying to get that part of life figured out, but I'm not very good at it. Watching those guys, I was always very envious because they made it look easy. Janen would ride Mountain Dew in the Grand National and the Hunt Cup, and he looked like he was merely going out to ride in 100 trials, and he made it look so easy. I love Jane and Fisher watching before the Maryland Hunt Cup paddock. He'd be sitting against the snow fence rolling a cigarette. Then they'd blow the bugle or blow the hunting horn to get up and go ride, and he'd get up and go out and make it look like it was a walk in the park. He was out of the ordinary, out of the ordinary. Thank you.
Well, and out of the ordinary he was. He actually had one of his early wins here at the Yearling Show as a grand champion. So, Julie, are there any other things you'd like to highlight for his career?
Because he started off being successful as a yearling here at the Maryland State Fair by winning his class and then being the overall champion at the Thoroughbred Show. So that was a good beginning for him. But then after he hurt himself on the flat, he came back to the farm, and as usual, the ones that couldn't run again were made into hunters. So I luckily got the job of riding him first, and he was only 4 years old when he started to fox hunt. And when I went into a fence on him, well, you couldn't believe what he could do, and he never wanted to touch a fence, and he never fell, and he took care of us for years and years. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for being here. And what a special horse. We're so excited to be able to celebrate and highlight him on a day like today. So stay tuned a little bit later and we'll be able to see this Hall of Fame induction down in the winner's circle. We're getting ready here for race 4. We have 7 minutes to post.